Hello, thank you for coming back to my kitchen. You are very welcome as always. Today I'm going to be making lentil and olive bread. I made a lentil and halloumi bread probably this time last year, just maybe about 11 months ago. And it's very delicious. I'll leave a link somewhere. My son will leave a link somewhere if you want to go and look at that one. It is very nice. But I've been inspired by Tesco's green olive and rosemary sourdough bread to make this. They don't always have it in, and it is so delicious. I do love olives. So I looked at the back, took inspiration from their ingredients, and I think I've got it down. Yeah, we've been having it for, when did I start this recipe? About 6 months ago. So yeah, it got annoying that they didn't have it in the shops, and it was so lovely, and we both love olives. So yes, we're making lentil and olive bread today. So I started last night, I'll say this first. If you did see the lentil and halloumi bread, I am making half the amount today. Lentil and halloumi bread makes a fair bit, and we don't get through it all. So I'm making half the amount of the lentil and halloumi. If you wanted to do this amount of the lentil and halloumi, go and have a look at that recipe and just do it the same and put the spring onions and halloumi in. But today, as I said, it's olives we're doing. So I started last night, and in my bowl I have, and I'll read it off so I get it right, 176 grams of lentils, and that is 6.2 ounces if you've got digital scales. If you haven't, just a smidgen over 6 ounces would be fine. So last night, washed it in a sieve under the tap, put it in a bowl and filled the bowl with water, gave it a little swirl, and about near enough an inch above the lentils, went in the fridge, covered in cling film obviously, went in the fridge last night, and it's all plumped up to this. I'll bring it closer so you can see. It's plumped up to near enough fill all this. Maybe if I take this cling film off, you'll be able to see better. So it's plumped up to fill all the water now, and there was near enough an inch of water at the top last night, so it just gets lovely. So the first thing we need to do is drain the lentils off, give them another rinse, and then put them in the bowl. These ones that have fallen on the sieve, I'll just put them straight in, and I'll just rinse these out again. You want to rinse till the water's near enough clear, really. So we'll whiz these up in a minute. But first I want to show you the preparation of the tin. So I've just put greaseproof paper on here. I have not measured it again. This seems to be a habit of mine. The measures, I've got a little other one here. You can do this in any size tin. You can do it in a loaf tin if you wish. It would just take longer to cook. So this one measures 18 centimeters by 18. What's 18 in inches for the earth? About 6 inches. So yes, I've put greaseproof paper, or for my American friends that's parchment paper, and then because this recipe uses olive oil, I'm just going to grease greaseproof paper with olive oil. Just a little bit in there. This recipe doesn't stick to the tin, but the batter leaves a residue on the tin, which is really, really hard to get off in the washing up. So yeah, I do prefer to use a little bit of greaseproof paper to make the washing up easier. Just get that down in all the corners. There. So the next thing we need to do is put our oven on. That's 180 degrees Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit or gas mark 4. And now we're going to need to whiz up our lentils. Now if you've got a food processor, you can do it in a food processor. A whizzer is just fine. You just want to get them to a kind of pulp. You can see some whole lentils around the side. Do not worry about these. We're going to go back in with the whizzer when we've put the other ingredients in. So next we want to put into the lentils 2 eggs. And this is 30 millilitres of olive oil. And I'm putting in 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And I'm sieving that because sometimes the baking powder can be a bit lumpy. Get all those lumps out. There. And then we just whiz that all together again. And here I've got 150 gram pot of natural yoghurt. That just goes into and all gets whizzed up together. And as you can see now, we're getting all the bits of lentils that were left around the sides. But I will just scrape them to make sure there's a little bit there. And give another whiz. There. So next to go in is 1 teaspoon of rosemary. I'm using dried today. I'd probably use fresh if it was the summer, but it's beginning of March as I'm filming, so it's all a bit expensive. So that's 1 teaspoon of rosemary, 1 teaspoon of rosemary, half a teaspoon of thyme, and a teaspoon of salt. And that all goes in. And then our olives go in. So I have here, now I did copy this from the Tesco sourdough recipe. Although they call theirs green olive sourdough, green olive and rosemary sourdough, they do have both in the ingredients on the back, so I've used both. So I've got 10 black olives and 10 green olives, and we'll just quarter these. Just so you just get a little bit in your mouthful, really. I'm sure you can make this with 1 type of olives if that's all that you've got. But I do find the black olives make the appearance better because they're black in the bread, but the green olives are somehow more flavoursome. So yes, they add a little bit more flavour. We just tip those into the batter and give it a lovely mix round. So now we're ready to put it in the tin. It just all gets poured in the tin. It's a very easy recipe, but it's so delicious. All those lovely flavours in. And here I have sesame seeds and Nigella seeds, and we just sprinkle these on the top. quite liberally. These Nigella seeds are delicious. Make sure you get them up into the corners too. So that now goes into the oven for about 30 minutes. So that's the 30 minutes. Let's see if it's done. Oh, that looks lovely. I'll just quickly check it with a knife. Should be able to put a knife in. Do it this way around and it should come out clean. That is done. Let's turn this off and then I can show you. Doesn't that look delicious? Now this will need to stay as it is to cool down for about 10 minutes, okay? And then I will cut it up and show you. So that's it all cut up. I'll bring it, I don't know if you can just see the insides, the paper's in the way. It's just been left for 10 minutes until I've cut it up, but it will still be warm inside. We've got this today with cheese and cucumber, but this bread goes with just about anything. It's really delicious, really delicious. You can hunk it up, have it cold for lunch, heat it up again. Sometimes I'll just take a strip. I normally take a strip and cut that in half, and we have half each, and just put that strip back in the oven, and it's really lovely and warm. So yeah, really delicious. So if you've liked the recipe today, please give me the usual thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time. Oh, and by the way, all the ingredients I always put in the description of the video, so you can see, you know, you don't have to go back and get all the ingredients. They'll all be in the description of the video, okay? So hope to see you next time.